When people try to explain what Roller Champions is, more often than not, Rocket League is mentioned somewhere in the next sentence. While the fictional sports genre is still very unexplored and definitely has room for more games, it's safe to say Rocket League is taking the throne and will be remembered by hundreds of thousands of players. But does Roller Champions actually share similarities with Rocket League? I want to talk about that. Let's start with the simple stuff. They're both sports-themed games. Rocket League is essentially soccer using vehicles, specifically cars. The arenas in Rocket League I would describe as rectangular, goals on both ends, and littered around the map are boost pads, which are used to refill your vehicle's boost, which allows you to stay fast and even launch your car into the air to hit the ball from much higher off the ground. The rules of the match are simple. 5 minutes on the clock, whoever has the highest score wins. Roller Champions, on the other hand, is pretty different in a lot of those aspects. Roller Champions is also based on a real-life sport, roller derby. This roller skating contact sport dates back to the early 1900s. However, the big difference between roller derby and roller champions is that Ubisoft changed up the rules by adding a ball. Like roller derby, the arena in Roller Champions is an oval shape, and thanks to video games being fictional, the arenas have raised walls that connect to the ceiling, similar to Rocket League's arena, to allow for more variety in regards to what you can actually do in these arenas. There are no boost pads in Roller Champions. You are a human who needs momentum to gain speed. Players gain speed by going up and down the walls, kind of like how a skateboarder rides a half pipe. The rules of the game are a little less straightforward. There is one goal in the arena, and players must successfully complete a full lap without losing possession of the ball for the goal to open. If they are able to make multiple laps without their team losing ball possession, the goal will be worth more points. There's a 7-minute time limit, however 5 is the max score for the game. So let's look at the similarities. They're both sports games, and they both have a ball. I don't know about you, but that really isn't enough to define a game as a clone. Rocket League didn't invent sports, and I don't think sports games that have a ball should be compared to Rocket League. Even the way you use the ball is drastically different between both games. In Rocket League, everyone kind of has a set rotation, and all take turns hitting the ball. The ball is constantly moving, being battered around the map and being tossed back and forth between teams until someone misses or is out of position and a scoring opportunity opens. In Roller Champions, there is one player holding the ball with his hands while their teammates move into position for passes, while the opposing team is attempting to tackle the ball carrier to gain possession of the ball. The ideas on paper might sound like similar ideas, but the gameplay itself is just so different. In all honesty, the biggest similarity between the two games is the audience. I played Rocket League competitively for years, over 2,000 hours in game. I wish I had an exact estimate, but I feel confident that I have well over 100 hours in Roller Champions, maybe even reaching 200 if we're including every playtest, such as the E3 playtest in 2019, where I played the game for 24 hours straight. Trust me when I say, from gameplay to strategies to experience, this is a totally different game. However, the feelings I had when I first played Rocket League were brought back when I played Roller Champions. Starting out brand new with a very basic skill level, everyone is stumbling and no one knows quite how to play, and even the simplest goals are epic and worth hyping up. I missed this feeling. This feeling was why I fell in love with Rocket League, and one thing I know for sure is that Roller Champions was able to capture some of those emotions in a super unique and competitive way. If you love Rocket League and you haven't dived into the world of Roller Champions yet, I suggest you do, because you'll be surprised. The community is great, a competitive scene is already on the rise, and plenty of players come from competitive Rocket League backgrounds who have since dropped Rocket League competitively to pursue their newfound esports career over here. I won't be surprised if more than 75% of Roller Champions players have played Rocket League. It's very hard to get this sports genre right. We've seen games like this flop. Steel Circus, Broomstick League, Kabounce, Deformers. Roller Champions, however, might just be the next big thing. I don't think it will blow up to RLCS levels, but eventually it will get big enough that the debate between RC and RL will no longer need to be clarified, and both games will coexist as excellent examples of innovative sports games. Do you think it's fair to relate Roller Champions to Rocket League? Do you guys even play Rocket League? Let me know. I hope you guys are having a great week. You can join my personal server to chat more. You can follow me on Twitter for updates on my channel, and you can subscribe for news regarding anything and everything Roller Champions. I'd also turn on notifications. I've got a few projects in the works that I'm very excited to talk about. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you all soon.